Right. Just to start, can you say and spell your first and last name and then your title?
Renee Tomina, RENEE TOMINA, Senior Vice President, Project Management Organization.
And first off, just how do you think the demo went?
I think it went fantastic. Just as we had planned, once the explosions were lit, the building collapsed upon itself, and we were able to safely and successfully bring the boiler house down.
And was the big fireball part of it, was that expected?
Yeah, that was expected, and then as you saw, the dust and the smoke began to dissipate over the water. That was also exactly as we expected.
And I guess how many detonators were put into the buildings? How many were used?
So we had two different types of explosives. We had suspension chargers that were along with dynamite to bring the building down. All in all, we had over 1,000 pounds of explosives.
How big was the building that was imploded?
The building was 9 feet tall and 9 stories and 180 feet tall.
And the building next to it that seems to have the back kind of hollowed out, what's going to happen with that building?
So that is our turbine house, and that building will come down in the next few weeks. We're going to use mechanical equipment, so excavators and some other heavy industrial equipment to bring that building down. And we just use that based on the size of the building.
I just blow that one up.
Based on the size of it, and we had already taken much of it apart, it just made more sense to take it down with heavy equipment.
Why were the smokestacks done first and then the building?
So we decided to do the demolition in 2 phases, really from a safety perspective. So that allows our contractors and our employees who are there to do it safely. It also allows for more space to be able to sort and process the debris.
And do you know how long it's going to take to clean up that debris? I mean, that's a pretty big debris pile.
Yeah, we plan to have everything cleaned up before the end of the year.
And do you know how that process, or how you guys are going to tackle that process?
So we have partners that are working with us. They will go through and they'll sort the debris and will appropriately dispose of it over the course of the next several months to make way for our next project that's coming up.
And go ahead.
Like just sitting here and all of a sudden I don't know how long it took you to do all this thing, but what was going through your mind when you heard that first big explosion?
I still kind of can feel it a little bit, but I knew that the team was ready. They had done a lot of careful planning, detailed planning for months, and they were able to do just an awesome job. I'm really, really proud of the team.
And were you surprised that there were spectators? I mean, there were boats parked along there. I know that you had to close the roads, but there was people just kind of set up here too.
Not surprised, because this Trenton Channel Power Plant's been in this community for 100 years, and it's served this community really, really well. So I know it's been a part of the fabric and fiber of the community, and certainly a part of the DTE culture and history. So big day for us today.
And I know you had the groundbreaking for the next project that's coming here. Is there a timeline of when that can be up and running?
Yes, so we will actually begin to, we're in planning phases right now. We'll begin construction next year, and the plan is to build a 220 megawatt battery energy storage facility where the Trenton Channel Power Plant used to be. That'll be constructed and complete by 2026. And when it is done, it'll be the largest standalone battery energy storage facility in the Great Lakes region. So very excited to revitalize this location.
Anything you want to add we didn't cover?
What's the next building coming down?
So the next building coming down is the building just to the right of the boiler house. It's our turbine building, and that's the one that'll be taken down mechanically.
And what's the overall hope for DTE? Just to tear down as many buildings as you can over the next decade?
No, our hope is, and part of our sort of clean energy journey is just to continue to bring down, phase out of the use of coal, and to look for, continue to build out our renewable energy portfolio. So energy storage, solar, wind, and transitioning to use of natural gas to continue to serve our customers safely and reliably.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks,
so
guys.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Your name again, ma'am?
Renee Tomina.
Spell that.
RENEE TOMINA.
And your title?
Senior Vice President, Project Management Organization.
Great. How long was this in the works?
We have been working on this for probably the last 18 months or so, at taking it a step at a time.
Great. How many tons of explosion?
1,000 pounds of explosions today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And what kind of safety protocols are taken into account for securing the area around it here?
Yeah, so we've been working with the local officials for well over the last couple of weeks. There's been months of detailed planning kind of leading up to today, so all of the hazardous materials were removed from the site, processed prior to this. As you can see, the bottom of the building was hollowed out and there was suspension chargers tied around the structural steel. Then the dynamite was also installed. And then we've had, all of the local bridges were shut down in the area. We had obviously local, state, fire, and police that were in the area helping us. So we worked very closely with those officials to make sure this was done safely.
And in terms of the audibleness of the explosion, is there any concern with that? Like, is it something where they knew a certain level it would be this loud and that's still safe for the people in the local residences here?
Yeah, absolutely. There was monitoring equipment both for the sound as well as for air quality, so we were really prepared to make sure that there weren't any issues for the residents in the area.
Thank you.